So you're looking to move up to Niagara Falls. You're not just trying to go up there for 1, 2 days on a staycation, vacation, not just going up there to see the seven wonder of the world breathtaking sight and go on back home. You're looking to actually pack your bags and move into the city. But what is the city like? What areas should I go into? Maybe reside in suburbs, city, or what areas should I possibly stay away from? Suburbs or city? What are the areas like? Where am I at on this map? And what areas fits me the best? These are questions you have, and these are questions I'm going to answer for you. Now, this one is going to be a little different because I actually want to jump on a map and show you kind of the lay of the land in Niagara Falls, how close it is to Buffalo, how close it is to the Canadian border. There's probably a couple reasons why you want to move to Niagara Falls. At least that's why most people want to move there. Let's stop all the talking. Let's jump right on the map here on the computer, feast your eyes this way, and we'll get right into it. Niagara Falls is going to I'm going to break this up in like 3 different zones, right? You're going to have downtown, which is right here. You're also going to have, this is what I call Hyde. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible line. This is what I call, well, this is, I call it, but this is Hyde Park Boulevard, right? You have west of Hyde Park. You're going to have west of Hyde Park moving this way towards the water. And you're going to have east of Hyde Park moving this way. And oh my gosh, there's a bad arrow. And then you're going to have east of Hyde Park this way, which I always indicate as going towards the mall. Those are too much. Those are 2 of my landmarks. Either I'm going towards the mall or I'm going towards the water. Easiest way to describe it when it comes to Niagara Falls and kind of splitting that thing in 2, right? That's how you're going to divide it up. That's how I classify it. I could be right. I could be wrong here. Doesn't matter. This is my video. Either, but this is how I do it. We're going to start with downtown, which is right here, right? This is where everybody comes to see, right? This is where everybody wants to be. This is the real touristy attraction. Like, this is kind of where everybody wants to be, around Niagara Falls State Park. Niagara Falls State Park, the Rainbow Bridge, getting in and out of Canada. And then this is like Niagara Falls, like inside this kind of area right here. This is the main attraction. This is all the touristy stuff. And I can't forget about the casino, obviously, because probably a third of them people, if they ain't coming for the Niagara Falls, they definitely coming to gamble a little bit. So that is really downtown. Everything in here, as far as from 4th Street going inward, right? 4th Street going inward. West. I'm sorry. 4th Street going west. I would even let's say this chunk of area right here, because this is where a lot of the touristy stuff is, right? You're going to see the downtown. You're going to see some food trucks. You're going to see some restaurants, a couple hotels. Again, you're right by the state park. You're going to see Goat Island, which is down here, to be able to tour this. And you could drive on this, go across. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can see all of this beauty, right? All of this beauty. But for you guys that's trying to live here, it's not a downtown that you're thinking like, hey, I'm going down there to party today. That's not the downtown that Niagara Falls has at all whatsoever, by any means, right? It's even smaller than Buffalo's downtown, and that's saying something, because Buffalo's downtown is not that grand downtown that you used to have. I don't think there's one, besides a hotel, I don't think there's one apartment building above 3 stories. The casino is the tallest building. Imagine that, a hotel, the casino at that is the tallest building. You probably got the most restaurants down here in one building. That's Niagara Falls downtown for you. It's not grandiose by any means, right? And even in that, and this really brings me to my point, Niagara Falls is very, very spotty. Even down here, right? The closer you get, I always say this, the closer you get to the state parks. So if I pull this out a little bit, Whirlpool State Park, and we'll talk about this in a minute. Whirlpool State Park, Niagara State Park, and Devaux. Oh, Whirlpool and Devaux is like right next to each other. These 2 state parks, the closer you get over here, they're going to be nice. Devaux itself is a extremely nice neighborhood. Like, if you want to be in Niagara Falls, everybody jokes around about this in Niagara Falls, but like Devaux is like the place that you really want to be, like, per se. And I'm not trying to steer you in any means. I cannot, as a realtor, this is not me steering you guys. This is really a fact, but this is not me steering you. Everybody's comfort level is different. All I'm saying is this: Niagara Falls is spotty. Anything below 32nd Street, right? Anything below 32nd Street. And I'm gonna show you guys where this is. Little Italy is like extremely spotty, but anything below 30, I would say, yeah, like 32nd Street. So this is probably gonna be 32nd Street right here, right? Anything below 2nd Street going west, my arrows are terrible. Going west of Hyde Park, there is going to be spotty areas. 2 blocks is nice. Real nice, no issues. You bend a corner or you turn a slight corner, it can get very sketchy very quickly. All of Little Italy is like that. It doesn't, like this area right here, all of it is like that. Even outside the casino right here, the casino itself is beautiful. I mean, it looked like a glass structure, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's beautiful. Across the street from the casino on John B. Daly Parkway, you would think it looked dilapidated. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, and this is, again, y'all know me, I don't disrespect or downplay or talk about anybody's neighborhood because I know where I come from. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Section 8 housing, so I know how it is. It just shouldn't, and I'll say this because it just shouldn't look like this. Like, literally, if you look at these blocks over here, it's like, what happened? Like, and it's just fascinating because for a place to get so many people, it shouldn't look like that, right? Like, and for so long to be a main pivotal point in American history to get goods from USA to Canada, to get things through the entire US because you needed the waterways of the Erie Canal, of Niagara Falls. You needed the power. For God's sakes, Buffalo had the first electric tower, right? Niagara Falls shouldn't look like this. Like, and I'm telling you guys this. 32nd Street going inland, very spotty, very spotty. It could be a nice area. It could quickly be somewhere you don't want to be fast, right? So that is something that I can forewarn you guys about. And that's just what it is, man. And then also, this is another thing to point out. Niagara Falls has a lot of one-ways, right? I can't remember which way it is off the top of my head, but Ferry and Walnut, like these two are like one-ways. I think Walnut goes west and I think Ferry goes east off the top of my head. I can't remember, or it's reversed, one of the two. But there's a lot of one-ways like on these streets over here. So that's something that could get you turned around, right? And I'm just throwing these arrows in because there's a lot of one-ways on these streets, especially on the numbered streets. Forest, Woodlawn, places like that. So once you kind of cross Pine Avenue, so this is gonna be Pine Avenue right here. It doesn't get as many, it doesn't have as many one ways, right? These are more of like your neighborhood streets here. But again, all the numbered streets, you're pretty much gonna have a lot of one ways. So that's something when you guys are driving there, kind of rolling through, you're like, hey, why is there like so many one ways? It's really for traffic and to keep it good, right? So again, as just a quick recourse, Hyde Park, right, split in two. We've been talking a lot about west of Hyde Park here. Arrows are still bad. West of Hyde Park here, there is nice areas around there, right? There is nice areas around there. Just know it's spotty. One of those nice areas though is gonna be Devaux. Devaux is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this area is it's absolutely beautiful, especially when you're talking about along or close to the park. When you talk about like Lewiston Road, I'm trying to find Lewiston Road right now for some reason I'm losing it, but it's highlighted. So when you talk about Lewiston Road, right, those houses, big, massive, colonial brick Tudors, right? corner lots, like really, really, really nice houses. The thing I really like about Devaux is because it is, even though I'm describing those big, beautiful houses, right? It is also mixed too. Like you can still find a house in the Devaux neighborhood for like 100 grand. 150 grand, right? So there is both. Like you have that nice big beautiful house, and the crazy part is I'm saying that for a lot of you that's moving from another state, y'all like 100 grand, 150 grand, that's amazing in a decent area. Yes, right? The crazy part is in Devaux, the highest home that sold in Devaux last year I think was only like 425. Niagara Falls is extremely affordable. If I haven't told y'all before, extremely affordable. You can definitely find a house right now in Niagara Falls for 50 grand, 60 grand, without a doubt. Like not playing. Like you can definitely find a house in Niagara Falls for 50 to 60 grand without a doubt. Now, it's gonna need a whole lot of work, but for you guys, think about it. If you guys are coming up here from California, right? You're about to sell something. You just want to be close to the Canadian border for whatever reason. I had truckers call me. I have people who want to do business in Canada or maybe thinking about getting a dual citizenship that's coming from another state or whatever it may be. If you guys want to be close to that Canadian border, you guys have a house right now. Let's say for even numbers, this is 500,000, right? You have a house for 500,000 and you bought it 17 years ago. You got 225 in equity, right? You sell that house, you can easily come up here and buy something all cash. Or if you get a very, very small mortgage, you can dump 50, 70, 100,000 into something and make it absolutely beautiful. That's one thing I do think that Niagara Falls can be better at, is not only just attracting them for the falls, but attracting people to stay. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you attract people to stay in Niagara Falls, and that's the reason for this video, but if you attract people to stay in Niagara Falls, more people would be willing to put in that effort. Think about it. For a lot of areas, if you look at just the statistics, right? And I'm about to go on a little bit of rant. If you look at statistics, in the places that home ownership is high, the neighborhood is better. Right? I can be right, I can be wrong here. But generally, if we're in the areas that statistically, not talk about numbers, not talk about staring, statistically, if a lot of people own in that area, the neighborhood is typically a better looking neighborhood. People are cutting their grass, manicuring their lawn, shoveling their snow, helping out a neighbor to help out a neighbor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Yes, I'm a realtor, so I push home ownership. Like, you know what I'm saying? But even for myself, I want everybody to be able to afford and purchase a home. That sense of ownership inside your city, inside your community where you live, when you own something, think about when you got your first car. You ain't eating in my car. Like, you know what I'm saying? You took a sense of pride and ownership inside that car for that vehicle. A, that was your baby. That was your first baby. And 2, you own that thing. Ain't no more mom and dad gas. It's your gas now. Yo, give me $5. Yeah, I'll take you, but give me the $5. Things like that, man. I feel like those things is not only to attract people to come to Niagara Falls, but to stay in Niagara Falls, right? Even if it's for affordability, you have that opportunity in Niagara Falls immensely. Let's get back to it. Let's talk about east of Hyde Park now and going towards the mall. But Devaux, nonetheless, Devaux is a very, very nice area, and you have a mixture of different houses, a mixture of different things going on in there. And Devaux, if I had to break it down, as far as this map goes, and then giving you an idea of the neighborhood, is gonna be close to Devil's Hole, right, State Park, and it's gonna come all the way down a little bit past like Cleveland here. So I would say this is pretty much Devaux neighborhood over here, right? That's gonna be Devaux. I'm gonna just put a D right there. That's gonna be pretty much Devaux. Maybe a little further down, but that's kind of that neighborhood in there. Again, if you can find something over there, I think that's one of the better areas of Niagara Falls for sure. Now, let's get into east of Hyde Park. And the reason why I split it in two, just because this video, the videos that I shot will be super long. So once you kind of see, you'll see what I'm talking about. Once I start the video, you'll know if I'm talking about east or west of Hyde Park. But West of Hyde Park, it's like night and day from down here. From west of east of Hyde Park is like night and day from west of Hyde Park. It's crazy. This is again pushing towards the mall. Here's the mall over here. This is always my landmark that I always use, right? So this is east. These areas up here, anything pretty much above 50th Street for the most part is going to be fairly nice. It's going to look more suburban, right? City suburban, but suburban nonetheless. Like these areas in here, and this is all still inside the city. Most of these areas in here, this is really nice. Like this area, as far as this shopping off Military Road right here. So squeeze in a little bit here. So anything kind of off Military Road right here. So this is going to be Military Road, and I'll blow this out a little bit more so you guys can see. This is going to be Military Road right here. Like this right here, this like area, this looks like a typical suburban plaza, man, and it's nice. Like these back areas, like I said, 56th Street coming up over LaSalle, Cayuga, this Love Canal area down in here. This, I mean, it's really, really nice. Like you really have no issues over there. I don't say no issues because that sounds like it's just grandiose, no crime at all. Like, yeah, you'll have your, you know, your inner city problems, but it's a nice area over here. Like it's night and day from if you was going towards the water or west, right? So those are really kind of how Niagara Falls is broken down. And I wish I had like a different explanation for you, but I don't. That's pretty much what it is. Especially again, you coming off Niagara Falls Boulevard and Military Road, that's going to be really where a lot of your shopping is done. So so I can give you a better visual. So Niagara, this is a main intersection. Again, you got the mall up here. Again, use that as a landmark. Niagara Falls Boulevard. I know it's an awful line. Don't talk about my drawing. I was an engineer. I was not an artist. This is really where it's gonna be your main shopping right here. All of that you can see right here. You got a Wegmans here, Olive Garden, Chili's. Like now I know that's all chain stuff. I don't really eat at chain restaurants either. I like the, you know, I want to go to the home, mom and pop. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they got a hole in the wall. Sometimes it's real small. Look, 2 seats in there. That's probably the best, man, right? So but again, this area down in here, coming in here, these areas, anything above 50th, these areas are gonna be pretty decent to live. It really is. A, B, D Street over here, like kind of get rid of all that stuff. Over here, these are pretty decent too over here. One thing I will say about Niagara Falls, all the houses are older, all of them. You gotta think how old Niagara Falls is, right? So all the houses are gonna be older. Damp basements, right? Very damp basements. Dehumidifier will solve a lot of those issues there, right? Dehumidifier is going to solve a lot of those issues there. So that's one thing that you guys can expect. Not really a lot of finished basements in Niagara Falls for the most part, just because you're either going to have a limestone or pretty much cinder block foundation. You can have poured foundation, but you're going to have majority limestone and cinder block foundation. Dehumidifier, sub pump, solve a lot of your issues there. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of an overall view of Niagara Falls right there. It really, that's probably the easiest way to get your bearings of Niagara Falls. Now look out for those other other three videos. I have downtown, I have again west of Hyde Park, and I got east of Hyde Park, and this is the 4th video in that series. So make sure you guys check out all 4, because that will give you an in-depth view of each different area: downtown, east, and west of Hyde Park. That's how I break it up. That's how I describe it to a lot of people. That is the easiest way to break up Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is a fairly decent sized city, right? And that's not even talking about the town of Niagara, right? Or Wheatfield, or you know what I'm saying, any of the suburbs of Niagara County, like Lockport or Olcott, stuff like that, up near the beach. And Lockport is its own little world up there. So Niagara Falls can be a really, really nice area. needs a lot of work, needs more people to stay, for sure. There's a lot of tourist attraction downtown. Again, west of Hyde Park, a little bit spotty, but definitely some nice areas for sure. East of Hyde Park, not as spotty, more of, a neighborhood street, a little more, it feels like more of a kind of like a suburb. Small houses, but houses are pretty nice, man. And depending on what you're looking for, you can definitely find them. Extremely affordable. So as always, I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys have any questions, you guys moving up to Niagara Falls, Buffalo area, you guys know we will love to be of service. If you guys need anything, hit me up with a call, email, text. For surely, if you guys are moving up here, we would love to help. All right, I will see you guys inside the next one.